Come on now, we're going to have an awesome time today. Come on now, I just want to listen to this right here. Get on the rights to the music. This is our introduction. Just want you to think about it. As the song said, I thought we was in love. This is Dr. Lowe, the Dr. Lowe Show, the real relationship talk show with no filter. I am Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith. I'm excited to come before you on WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station. We have listeners and watchers in 45 countries and on 6 continents. So we're so glad to come with this interactive format. We want you to be a part of tonight's show by sharing your thoughts on the chat line. The number is 347-857-4192. Press 1 and I'll make sure I get you on the line by identifying the last 4 digits of your cell. Ask for your location. You can chat with Dr. Lowe, better known as Dr. L. D'Alberto Smith. I'm excited again and enthused to add to that is that you can go to our web link. See, we have that chat line, then we have that web link, which is www.blogtalkradio.com/WVSW Internet Talk Radio. So we're glad to come and just share this with you. I want to thank each and every one of you all being here, but if you want to check us out on the social media live broadcast, we have several that are operating. First, Facebook.com, Big O Live, TikTok Live, and you can go to @DR, which is Dr. L. D'Alberto Smith. And we are partners with the Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated on Instagram, and that's Z Squad Greenville 1981. And on YouTube, we asking you to subscribe on YouTube. We want to build up our subscribers. Take out a subscription, and you can go to the Smithway Enterprises 5018. As we said, WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station, have listeners and watchers in 45 countries and on 6 continents. So as we continue with our show, and our title tonight is The Vetting Process. How do you choose the right person for a relationship? And I just want you to think about that. Let it maturate with your, just in your spirit and in your soul. The vetting process. How do you choose the right person, okay, for a relationship? We also want you to be able to register for WVSW giveaways, our radio giveaways, by sending your name along with a means of transaction. Your name we take with the means of transaction, put it into our raffle, and we raffle off hotel stays from 3 nights to 4 nights. We take care of the hotel stay. 5 nights to 6 nights, internationally and domestic. We're raffling off trips all over the country and all over the world, so we want to make sure we do that. We have gift cards, along with movie passes, gas vouchers, food vouchers, car wash, books from the authors that's been on the show, along with we're going to give away 5 book bags for students, clear book bags full of supplies. Everything you need, even though you started school, you're already doing some things at school, we want to give this. It's through the raffle how we're going to do that. So what we need for you to do to make sure you register by sending your name with a means of transaction. You say, why do I need to put some means of transaction? Because we give what we call love offerings, and it varies from $5 to $100. So your name could be one, whether you're in the raffle or not. Yes, your name go in the raffle. All that information, but we will still send that to you. Whatever means of transaction you have, we have 4 that we are operating. That's Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle to Lorenza D. Smith 15@gmail.com. We ask you to sow a seed, purchase a badge, purchase a flower, pay for the likes, and subscribe. Let's monetize this where we can sow a seed of $1. All we asking is $1. Sow that seed with WVSW radio station. If you are not able to monetize through our social media site, you can go to Cash App if you have Cash App, that $1 to $LORENZA D as in David SMITH. PayPal at Lorenza D. Smith 15@gmail.com or Zelle at 334-301-8775. So a seed of $1 with WVSW Radio. We're thankful. Subscribe with our YouTube channel, buy our badge, buy our flower, pay for a light. Just give what you can give. We said $1. All you can give $1, we will be thankful for that $1. We're going to give a shout out to, I'm going to assume that it's Mayan2232. Thank you so much. We got many others join. We won't get as many as we can. Give a shout out to Brands. He said Brands Just Pret look like, along with several other people. That's Robert. He said Spanky. That's Lil J, Shootman, Mini Vision, Bridget Turner, Sir Bradley, is it Tan Bless, Robert, Xavier RR, Twin Mom, Muhammad, thank you so much, Troy 30, Truth Seeker, Denise Ladybug, thank you so much. We have Masandra, user. We have a user. It's Sheriel. Thank you so much. Big Red, Johnny Steen, Lee 621. We also have May, Anna, Stephanie, another user, Randy, Annie Crenshaw, Randy, Milton M, Alicia Carwell, user, Mike, No Talking, Truth Seeker, DJ Be Chill, thank you. Another user, we have Starla. Thank each and every one of you all for joining, but we're going to make this thing do what it do. As I was starting our session promo, we was playing something that was really important, because we're talking about vetting people, having a process in place so you can have the right person in your life where you may want to have a romantic relationship. We can't do anything about family relations, but vetting people to be your friend. Vetting people when you go to a job. So this is a job I want to work on. The vetting process is so important. And we want to truly talk about the vetting process, because I often hear from a lot of patrons and clients, and they talk about the person in this romantic relationship they chose to be with and how bad that person was. If I'd have known this from the beginning. See, that's the thing about it. Vetting process requires you to take time to find out it from the beginning. So don't punish blame the product, which is whatever you're seeking, because of your poor vetting skills or your poor vetting process. So as we move forward, we want to talk about the vetting process in a relationship. You like to ask the question is, what is the vetting process in a relationship? First of all, it's a process where you take time. See, that's the key to it. Why are you in a rush? They may sound good, they may smell good, they may look good, but you need to vet them. And we have one of the greatest things to vet people with. Even when you meet them, you don't have to go to a computer. You have a supercomputer. Type in their information, and this supercomputer will populate even through Google the information on a person, let you know something. It was amazing. It's been several years back, probably about 6 years back. I had a friend of mine, and their friend was online, met a young man, and the young lady met a young man, and found out that he was willing to come over there. It was something like 200 miles away, traveling over there. But she eventually found out she did not vet him like she should have, but her friends vetted him and found out. See, one of the things that people do look for, if you want to get with someone and look like having a long-lasting relationship, you want to know how they stand financially, because your well-being in finance is important. And to find out the young man was more than $2 million in debt, and you say, how can you get? But that's because he was out just buying things. They did not vet that person. She did. Her friends did. But when your friends do it, you're not going to listen to it. So you need to do it yourself. So what is the vetting process? As I said, it's a process when you take time to get to know a potential dating partner. See, in a way, go beyond the superficial factors, like he smells good, he's charismatic, he makes me tingle, he's a good-looking person, he's handsome. Let's go beyond that, because you need to know more about that person. See, that superficial factors is like attraction and charismatic. It is the key thing that triggers you when you see someone in the associate tier of a relationship that get you interest, get your interest up, so you'll decide to move to the acquaintance stage. So we must take time to vet people that we're going to be in a relationship with. That way you have a good chance of choosing the right person. See, your goal in vetting is to find out if someone is compatible. Compatibility. We got some things that we click with, some things we connect with, some things we like doing that show that we're compatible. Finding out the values. What are your values? What are your beliefs? And other standards. See, we all have to have standards. Sometimes people don't want you to have standards, especially if you rate a person on how they look and what side they are. This don't apply, it applies when men looking at women, and we're two different individuals. We see things different. Whatever that excite each other is not the same. As a male, you are looking more at the attraction, the fitness. As a female, you want to know if he got a job. Do you work? Because you want to, if I'm going to start this, before I can start this, I have to know exactly what's going on. So we look for the compatibility in the values that individuals have, their beliefs, and other standards that we put into place. See, vetting means investigating a potential partner through the supercomputer, finding out, calling and talking to individuals. They may say, well, I grew up on the west side on Blay Street. And you might want to say, well, I know some people that used to live over in that area. Let me go and call. Let me find out and talk with them. One of the other things I believe that's important when you're vetting, that if you're looking to make a change in your career. I have a young man that works over with me at the university. We had a conversation, and we was just talking. And he was talking about individuals or his friends. And this is part of a vetting process, because when you're going for a job, you need to vet. and find out what that job offers and what goes on, where it's located, what's the environment like. So he was just saying that he has so many friends thinking about going to a neighboring state because there's so much fun, so much to do. And he said, well, first question next, do you have a job? See, if you vetting, you will find out whether you can, what's the job market like. See, you understand the vetting process. Then they say, do you have somewhere to stay? You're going to check and see where you going to have somewhere to stay, because staying in your car or staying out under the bridge is not what you want to do. You're going to leave where you have a place to stay and have things that may not be making as much money, may not be as much fun to go through that. So in essence, he would just say, ask them that. So asked them one more thing was, do you really have it planned? And they couldn't tell you. And he said something that was so important I want to share with you all. He said, I always tell my friends that's talking about they're going to leave and go to the neighboring state and go to deal with the hustle and bustle and high cost of living. That don't make sense. You don't even have a plan. You're not competent enough to be compensated. You can stay here and still go to that place and have fun and come on back home. So that's part of the vetting process. If you're going to get a job, don't accept the job without vetting that job. Find out what community, what is their economic situation, whether it's an old community or a young community. These are things you have to do, because once you accept that job, it is easy for you to blame somebody else for your choice. You are responsible for your choices. Relationship is a situation where you make choices. You make choice to be with someone. So if you do not vet that person, and don't get upset and blame the person because it didn't succeed. You did not vet that person well enough to say, I want to look for a favorable outcome. See, life is all about favorable outcome. So as we look at what is the purpose of doing this vetting process, this process allows us to perform a background check on someone, a background check on a job, a background check on a movie, a background. When I say a background check, go and check out what they're saying about the movie, a background check on a hotel, a background check. Vetting is important. If you hadn't mastered the vetting process, you will not be able to succeed like you truly want to. And you get it comes out more and makes you look a little bit more weaker when you're dealing with romantic relationships, because you going on the charismatic, you're going on the attractiveness, you're going on how much money the person said they have. You don't know how much debt they have too. You don't go. You have to vet individuals and find out. That's why on a lot of jobs where they're hired, I take a particular field I am, they vet people by going to Facebook, Instagram, Bigo Live, TikTok. What you put on allows people to vet you to see, do I want to get into this situation? Or this person is kind of off the chain, doing some things that I don't think that's what I want to do. The vetting process is performing a background check on someone before offering them an opportunity to be in a relationship with you. Because you make a choice. You make a choice to be in a relationship. If it's about a job, they're going to vet you before they offer you employment. They're going to vet you before they confer an award. Just like at the university, students go through the process and they do everything they're supposed to do, and they somehow one class they missed down the line, that the university said, turn in your graduation paperwork so we can vet you to determine whether you are ready to graduate. So when we get time to confer your degree, we can, because we have all the documentation that support us. See, the vetting process also, when you do perform a background check, it allows you to do a fact-checking process. See, your fact-checking prior to making a decision means a whole lot. It means you can be successful in a relationship or you can be a failure because you didn't vet. Because people show their red flags early. You might not believe that, but they'll show the red flag. They'll show them, and you can understand. And if you go into that relationship, expect what you're going to get. You're going to get what you already know what's there. If that person show you something that you are not comfortable with, believe what you see, and always tell individuals, run as fast as you can. So the vetting process has a purpose. Use it to your advantage to get the most favorable results for you. It's all about getting the most favorable result. Our first sponsor is Lena Payton Webb, Blue Impression Publishing.
To share your inspiring stories with the world, look no further than Blue Impressions Publishing, the premier publishing company that specializes in creating meaningful and impactful books and journals. Blue Impressions Publishing, literally owned by author Lena Payton Webb, offers comprehensive services to bring your vision to life. Their mission is to empower writers, mental health professionals, consultants, coaches, and spiritual leaders to make a positive impact through their publications. Not only do they publish your words, they give you the strategy to become a successful author and earn an additional source of income. So whether you're an aspiring author or a seasoned writer, Blue Impressions Publishing is the publishing company for you. Don't let your story go untold. Visit the website today, yourartisticexpressions.com. You can also call 833-951-2665 to learn more about their services and to get started on your publishing journey. Blue Impressions Publishing, where inspiring stories leave a lasting impression.
Blue Impression Publishing, Lena Payton Webb, 2024 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award winner or recipient, a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Just go to Facebook, type in Lena Payton Webb, and it'll populate the information. Check her out, see what her business can offer you. Blue Impression Publishing. As we look at vetting, we need to know how to create a vetting system. And I think this is important. We want you to kind of think about it, write down some things that help you do it. Because if your vetting process is not in the right place, you're going to make the choice that might not be fitting with you throughout life. And you want to correct that. You want to strengthen your vetting process. First thing you want to do is why it's important to have a strong vetting system. You need to make sure you write down the effective description of what you want. This is why it's so important. When you're creating a vetting system, you want to know why it's important to you. Why do I need to have a vetting system? I want a favorable outcome. I want to do the best I can do. I want to meet the requirements. So you want to have a vetting system to allow you to do that. Then you want to do an effective job. Use a resume screening process. It's a checklist when you're dealing with people. You are dating, you ought to have a checklist. Check it off. It's a red flag. Check it off and say, oh, I think I don't want to go that way. You got to have something in place. So use a resume screening checklist. You create your own screening checklist. Take notes. Take notes. I'm putting this, just applying to a job. Take notes of that person. See what they're doing. Then take time to go back and review those notes before you decide to step out in an area you probably would not have a favorable result. Set up a process of screening and conversation, meaning you talk with the individual, and you want to know what's going on, because if they call you in the beginning every day, every morning, hey, beautiful, and everything, every evening, then they start backing off. You say, whoa, wait a minute, I need to, need to check this out. Go to background check, vetting process, start screening the call. I don't really need to talk with you anymore because you already got something else going on. Use your software. It's a screening process, meaning using your supercomputer. Use your supercomputer to check this person out. Do background checks. Pay that software that go and do a background check. That allows you to simplify your review process of this relationship, this job. Make sure you take time and sit down and when you make those notes, create this assignment. This is my assignment. I'm gonna find out more about this person. Or do I want to put the brakes on until I find out more? This is the process of creating a vetting process. But it's important that we understand that vetting when you're dating is sometimes different than seeking a relationship. Give a shout out to our next sponsor, L&T Starworth Lawn Service. L&T Starworth Lawn Service LLC, Mr. Anthony Starworth. Go to Facebook, type in Mr. Anthony Starworth, get the latest information, and you can DM Mr. Starworth and talk with him about his service. He tells me I'm the manicure expert in South Central Alabama. So keep doing what you're doing. If you're in South Central Alabama, you need a good man to come and manicure, or a good team to come manicure your lawn. Anthony Starworth and his team of L&T Starworth Lawn Service LLC can help you out. Move some down trees on your lawn, debris. He can do that. So on your land, he can do that. Again, go to Facebook, type in Anthony Starworth, or give him a call at 334-300-7401. As we look at the importance of vetting when dating, we need to kind of think about what is the purpose of the vetting process, or what the outcome we want from it. First of all, we want to get as much as we can about the background of that person that you're considering being in a relationship. So you might be in a situation where you have a person in a relationship, they're set their intent on being married. You may not want to be married. Don't continue that relationship because you're denying yourself as well as that person the opportunity to eventually find, if it's for you, who you want to be when you're considering a long-lasting commitment relationship. You want to have that person, but you also want to, if you keep them hanging around, and they're going to think they have a chance when they really don't have a chance. So it's important to have this vetting process from the beginning when you talk about dating. See, one of the things I think is important is that you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional. That's a major part of your vetting process. Let people know as early as possible what you expect the outcome of this relationship, favorable outcome. That's why it's really important right there. See, you want to see whether the person is capable of being in a relationship. Just because they call you is one thing. I have one of the super guests and co-hosts on this show, because she varies from time to time. She talks about the C's. We talk about all the C's. She said, y'all, we talk about the C's, but one we always don't think about is consistency. See, your vetting process allows you to determine in that dating process whether this person is going to be consistent. If they're inconsistent, I tell you, they're going to be inconsistent now and they'll be inconsistent later. But one reason why vetting is important, we mentioned that intentional, the major reason is because it should have, you should have standards for yourself and the person you date. You know, as I said from the beginning, you have to be able to communicate with that person enough to say, I am in this dating opportunity intentional. And my intent is to have a favorable outcome. And that favorable outcome is being with someone that's going to be committed. We're going to have a long-lasting relationship. You have to put that out there early. So you have to be intentional. You say, this is what I want to do. This is what I expect. This is what I want to experience. And this is what I want as the outcome from dating. You should have some non-negotiable things that you will not compromise on. Your vetting process puts you in a position that you will not negotiate on stuff. You should negotiate on respect. You should negotiate on those characteristics of honesty, truth. You should never negotiate to the point where when you set boundaries, once you talk about the boundaries are set, don't go and change it. Don't negotiate it. Don't compromise. Because when you set a boundary, either for us to adjust to it or not adjust to it. See, when you lack standards, now we keep talking about standards in dating, it leaves the door open to an acceptance of unhealthy behavior from a potential partner. By vetting your potential partner, you have an opportunity to determine if they are the right person for you. The vetting process can also help you learn about their values, their interests, and goals. That's if you are compatible with them. Don't spend time with someone you're not compatible. Don't spend time, accepting these gifts from this person when you all the time know you were not willing to go to where they want you to go. Be intentional. That's the biggest thing. Make that your standard. My standard of life is when I'm dating, I'm going to be intentional. There's no question about that. You don't leave no room to second guess what you're doing because you're straightforward. We have Mary Ruth's Restaurant in Georgetown, Alabama. I want to give a shout out to them as a sponsor.
Located at 261 State Highway 106 in beautiful Georgetown, Alabama. Their family friendly environment. Their restaurant offers home-cooked breakfast. All the fixings, you name it, they've got it. And not just home breakfast. Home-cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. Their restaurant specializes in a meat and 3 vegetables leader. And meat and 3. Also, home-cooked hamburgers, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, and much more. Barbecue Saturday, and it's all covered and made from scratch, including the desserts and so much more. 261 West State Highway 106 in Georgetown. Their Roots Restaurant. Call today, 334-362-4032. That's 334-362-4032. Their Roots Restaurant. Home-cooked meals, family-friendly environment, great food. You can ask for more at a restaurant. Their Roots Restaurant in Georgetown. Breakfast from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Lunch from 11 to 2. And dinner from 5 until 9. Barbecue Saturdays begin at 11 a.m. and last until 9. Their Roots Restaurant in Georgetown. Home-cooked food with a family-friendly environment.
Give the co-owners of Mary Ruth's Restaurant, Brother Marvin, Lala Smith, and Sarah, Pastor Katrina Roper Smith, a call. The number to connect with them and find out their hours, find out to, if you get hearing an advertisement, find out what the menu is for the day. The number is 334-549-0950. And if you want to connect with both of them, you can go to Marvin Smith on Facebook and Katrina Roper Smith on Facebook. Both of them have separate pages. You can communicate, DM them, let them know exactly what you're looking for. I am Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, better known as Dr. Lowe. This is the Dr. Lowe Show, the real relationship talk show with no filters. We're excited because we're on WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station, who has listeners and watchers in 45 countries and on 6 continents. It's a interactive station. We want you to be a part of it by calling in. The call-in number so you can share your thoughts is 347-857-4192. Press 1, and I'll make sure I get you on the line by identifying the last 4 digits of your cell. Ask for your location, and you can chat with Dr. Lowe as we talk about the relationship issues and the challenges we have through the vetting process and being able to choose the right person for a relationship. What we also want to focus on, my friend, thank you so much for joining, Dimitri Collins. Thank you so much. Long time no see. And I really appreciate you joining us, Dimitri. It's Dimitri Collins. Thank you so much for being here. Reason why vetting is important in a relationship and dating. One of the first reasons is that you learn about your partner, a potential partner, before you decide to step over that threshold or step over into a relationship with them. You need to do a background check on that person. You need to find out as much as you can about that person before you decide to be really, really intentional with them to get a favorable outcome. See, vetting can help you learn more about your partner or mate, and if they are a good fit for you. See, the key is finding the right fit for you. Everybody may not be the fit. Even some choices we made earlier in life, and we went and we were in a committed relationship, because marriage is the only committed relationship there are. Then you may even find out, are we still a good fit? Did I vet this person like I supposed to vet? I was talking to a content creator, and we was kind of talking about marriage and the way it is in modern days. They call it modern times, where you get married and the year that you come to head to say whether you want to continue to be married, because the numbers are showing at a higher percentage, about 65% are divorcing within the 5 years. And we was talking, I said, why don't we do this? When you be in a marriage, you stay in 5 years, you sit down and have a negotiation. And that negotiation said, we're going to do it one more year. And each year from that on, you take it 1 year at a time. Then you can get to 50 years like some of our parents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents did. Or you can get to 30 years. You can get to 20 years. But if you take it after the first 5 years and say, well, we're going to sit down and negotiate some things, because we change. We show different things. We experience different things. So now we may want to sit down and negotiate for a year and do it each year. Somebody said, that sounds like a business. See, but when you get married, the state of Alabama or Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, or wherever you are, requires you to sign a contract, a lawful contract that says that you are married to that person. So it is a business contract. So what you have to do is make sure you have a clear understanding. That's why you have to be intentional. So the vetting process will allow you to learn as much about that person as possible and see if they really fit you. See if they are compatible. So a lot of time we don't know of people compatible because we let that lust part come in. We let that part where we tingle when we see that person. We look at their attraction. We don't take time to really, as the social stage allow you to do, is what you really want to do through the whole social stage is you might meet someone, that's fine. And if you want to further it after you have gotten that background check, you notice when you come, I've met you, got your name, but I don't run a background check on you. I'm going to find out who you are and find out I want to spend my time. Then I'll move to the acquaintance stage. The acquaintance stage is when you're supposed to be able to get to know someone. You can communicate them, but you'll have a feeling of who you're dealing with. Because the sad thing is that you pick poorly, you choose poorly, and bring the product. The product is the person you chose. Because, I didn't know that person was that way. You should know that person is that way. Because you should vet them. So the vetting process determines compatibility. The vetting process also helps you determine if you are compatible enough for them to be a potential partner. It helps you to identify red flags. See that? See, it allows you to see things. See, one of the things about when we first started, because of the tingling of the lust, the startup and everything, we kind of overlook some things. They are red flags. And if you want a relationship to fail, overlook the red flags. It gives you a chance to identify any red flag that may be presented. And as I always tell everybody, once people show themselves, show who they are, believe what you see, and then run as fast as you can. If somebody show themselves as being good, show themselves as being a person that you want to be around with, then that gives you the opportunity. But you still need to vet them. Vet your friends. Vet your romantic partners. Vet people you're on the job. Find out. Some things you just don't need to be around. So it's so important that we identify the red flags, and that is part of your vetting process. And finally, we'll say vetting is the process of performing a background check. You know, if you want to get a job, especially with the federal government, they're going to run a background check. City government, they're going to run a background check. School system, going to run a background check. Jobs are using a vetting process to get the best employees. In a relationship, use the vetting process to get the best potential partner you can get. Because you found out that one thing that you see is not in what you believe that you want to be around, don't do it. That's your red flag. You have to make sure that you make the decision based on finding out about that person. And people are not going to tell you everything. See, that's been the biggest thing. Well, people don't really tell you a whole lot when you first meet them. But if you go do a background check, you won't have that problem. Work on your vetting process. I'm going to keep saying this throughout the show. That is, don't pick poorly and blame the product. Just like if I go in a store, product might be some plums. And I want some plums. They have apricot plums. They have cotton plums. Whatever plums they have. I want to pick the right plum. I might have whatever seeds I do to vet it. I need to be able before I take it home. Because sad thing, I take it home, man, I hated that. Now we have spent some time, now because of course of food, $7, $8 just for a bag of plums. I just use the plum as a product. People are, when you put them in a position, don't blame the product, the person. You didn't vet them. You went on the tingling part. You went on what makes you feel good. Stop including people in your life that makes you tingle. Do the vetting process. Let me give a shout out to our next sponsor, which is Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace. Truly excited to have them as a sponsor.
Alabama. Contact Sue Jim by Jackson and Grace. The owner is Miss Jennifer Jackson. Contact number 251-369-1344. On Facebook. Type in Jennifer One-Hand Jackson or Charlie Baker. There's several items like bombshells, hands on lifetime, lucky lovers, straight savage, manpower, lotion, and calming lavender sea salt. So please check it out. Again, that number is 251-369-1344. So Jim by Jackson and Grace.
Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace. I want to thank Ms. Jennifer Jackson for having the confidence in us to provide her advertisement. You can connect with Jennifer. The number is 251-369-1344. Go to Facebook and type in Jennifer Jackson with one N or Charlie Angel, and it'll populate our information. DM Jennifer and find out what Soap Gems from Jackson and Grace can offer you. Find out, can you send her, ask her for an inventory list, and find out where they're doing their pop-up stores or where they're located, so you can get and find out the products that they have. So truly, that's what you are in support of Jennifer Jackson, Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace. As we move forward, we want to focus on how to vet a boyfriend or girlfriend. These are the things that we have some challenges. This is your romantic partner. First of all, knowing what vetting means is the first step to identifying a potential partner. Say that again. Knowing what vetting means is the first step to identify a potential partner for a successful relationship. The second thing you want to make sure you're able to do is distraction of attraction. Ask yourself, what are they talking about? What is he talking about? Distraction of attraction. Meaning that the attraction might distract you. And you just focus on the attraction instead of focusing on the other thing beside of the physical attributes. It will distract you. I have a call on the line, and I want to give him a chance to shout because I know pretty much who it is. This is Joe. Thank you, Joe, from the Midwest. And he has his hand up, and the last four digits is 6606. Joe, we really appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much. How you doing today?
All right. How about you?
I'm fine, Joe. I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate last time. I didn't get back with you, but I'm working on getting those things cleaned up so we can get our volume out. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, no problem. Here's what I've done in the past in terms of vetting. Vetting is a very important process because if you don't vet, what people do is they rely on their feelings, their emotions. What you're getting to, the distraction part, which is, people being attracted to somebody that there's time, that's the romantic vision of what they want in a man or a woman. So what I did years ago, I wrote up a questionnaire and I submitted it to a couple of chicks, right?
All right.
So they answered the question in a way that made it seem as though they would be somebody for me if I was looking.
Yes.
So what I found out was that the questionnaire that I had made up was too easy to answer.
Okay.
And so I actually made up recently a process that I told people
That's what I consider it to do. I want to break the romance down. I want to be critical and cold so that the people who would answer it in such a way that people could tell in advance, is this person for me or not?
Yes.
Now, I assume that's what you're going to talk about, right?
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is awesome. That's awesome. Joe, I tell you, I'm listening and I'm saying that. I used to do a little something when I dealt with people, wrote down a few questions and wrote a few things that I would ask individuals so I can kind of vet them to a sense from the beginning when we first start off with our conversation. So when you did the question there, that's the same thing. But I only had about 2 or 3 questions, which was not enough questions because you can't find out. They can answer them too easy. See, they answer them too easy. Now, you see, they've gotten past your vetting process, but things begin to come out when you say, "Oh, I didn't ask that question." But that's something we have to do, and that's what in today's world, especially we're in this so-called hookup culture, you need to be able to vet people before you're gonna turn one of the most important things, and that's your heart, over to them. So you have to make sure you're ready to vet them. Ready. That's awesome, Joe. Anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, I have about over 20 questions.
Okay.
To ask people. The thing is that you can't just ask them what turns you on, what's your favorite movie, not that kind of stuff. The reason people break up is because they have conflict, they have situations that come up in their relationship that either they don't believe is going to come up, or they think it comes up, it's not going to be a big deal. But no, those particular situations are going to come up, and you have to find out what the philosophy is of both people before you get married, you live together, you have children.
Yes.
So I have over 20 questions about like, for example, we're going to make a big deal about pregnancy. The stupid claim that they want.
Okay.
It is the dumbest demand that they want. The pregnancy, yeah, right. Another question would be about, if I'm home at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're coming from the airport, your car has a flat.
Mm-hmm.
You're an hour away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And you call me. Do you want me to come out there and fix your flat, or what is it that you want me to do?
Okay.
Things like that.
Good. That's a good one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
I'm not going to go for 20 of them.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, maybe one more would be, I'm working 60 hours a week. You're working 40 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
And you insist upon me helping you with the housework.
Okay.
Is that what you insist? You really want me to help you with the housework? So, you ask that kind of question. Let's say you're dating a girl that's making $40,000, you're making $80,000. She works 40 hours. You work, let's say, 50 hours, 60 hours.
Uh-huh.
And she insists that the kids belong to her, and that she wants you to help her hold towels.
Okay.
Right. So you gotta talk about it then.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about it later because she's gonna piss my ass off.
Yeah, it's time to talk about it right there. That's for sure, Joe. That's for sure. But I tell you, Joe, those are some definitely startup, but everybody should be able to create those questions, create some questions themselves that relates to them. And I think that's the vetting process must fit you. What fits you may not fit me, but I have to get what's my values, my belief, my interests, my standards that I have, and I can build my questions around a lot of times those particular areas. That way I can vet them to see if they're going to be the right choice for me.
Absolutely. You're a Christian person, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you want somebody who believes in Christian values. So
Yeah.
you're going to ask them something like, I go to church on Sunday, and I want you to come along with me.
Yep.
So something as simple as that.
Yeah.
Now you want to find out if she's willing to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this we have things in place, but we don't spend time. I'm not saying some people just don't. Some people just throw it against the wall and go for what they know. But I'm saying the majority of people who have things in place going to be moving in the right direction. They're going to have successful relationship with the individuals that's in their life because they have some kind of priority. They have some kind of order. You know, they have, and that leads to having peace. And that's important. So that's why we're talking about the vetting process. Joe, thank you so much for sharing yours. And we're going to continue to talk with the group and see how they respond. Some are texting and typing in their thoughts and everything.
How about if I put myself on mute? That way you won't hear any background noise, and I can listen to the show with myself on mute.
Okay, thank you so much, Joe. That is Joe out of the Midwest. Thank you, Joe, so much for joining us. We truly excited. And Joe calls in often. And we thank Joe for taking time to be here. As we were talking about, as well as talking with Joe, having those questions, you know, some people have in place, they say, over time, if I'm in a relationship or developing a relationship, I may have 500 questions. I think, and I really appreciate Joe sharing this with us because he said, and I appreciate Joe saying this, that I have about 20. I build up to 20 questions now. And these are 20 meaningful questions that he feels that you ought to be able to, if we're going to be in a relationship, you ought to be able to respond to in a way. And if you can't respond to it, that's telling me from the beginning that I'm not going to be able to this not going to work. See, sometimes we have to have things in place and make sure, like a vetting process, that see, time is important. I want to say that time you control value. Effort, time and effort you control. When you control your time, you don't want to waste your time in a relationship or waste your time trying to develop a relationship when you all are not compatible. If you even get in and you're choosing the wrong person because they're not the right person. So when we're talking about distraction of attraction, you may be caught up as a female looking at a guy, you know, oh, they got muscles, they got bulging chests, they got all this stuff right there, but you don't see anything, you know, if that's the only thing you see, then you have a problem with trying to understand. We want to really focus on the state of mind of individuals instead of worrying about the attraction. I know as a standard, some people want that to be because it's just normally what we do as genders. We pick the things right and left, what fits up. Like we just want to know stuff how they look. They tell me you got a friend for me, how she look, you know, and the friend might be saying, well, you got a job. So those are the kind of things that we kind of look at and focus on. When we're talking about vetting a potential girlfriend or boyfriend, the third thing we should do is get clear about the kind of relationship you want. And I'm going to say that's being intentional. Now, the question is, when should you be intentional? I always say, because we got tiers of relationship, when I meet somebody, I'm not going to go crazy on a whole lot of things from the beginning. But if I made the decision to go to the acquaintance stage with you, I'm going to start letting you know my intention is not here to waste time. I have an outcome that I want to be favorable for me. So you have to be clear about the kind of relationship you want. And that's it. Okay, I just want to have a open relationship. I'm just using that. I want to have, as we call, a relationship where we just, friends with benefits. See, but you got to have a discussion. You have to have a conversation about what you want because you have to do what's best for you. See, a lot of time people spend time thinking about the kind of person they want, but not what kind of relationship they want to be in. They're thinking about the person. They're not thinking about whether I want to be a long-term relationship or short-term relationship. See, this is important. See, we need to think about things about how much time we want to spend in this relationship. Joe is still there with me, but he had dropped off right quick. But the attraction, if you caught up in just the attraction, then you'll never get beyond that, because everybody you see may not be the person that you see has been attracted. See, people do say beauty is skin deep, but so is another part of that word too, and I'm not going to say what it is. But I want to say, when as men, we traction and fitness is two things we look at from the beginning. See, you might not be the most beautiful person in the world, but you might be just an average person, because we all is more average people than we have people at the upper end and lower end. But you can control fitness. God gave us a look. Nothing you can do about it. You can go have cosmetic surgery, but the foundation up on there, it is what it is. But you can't control the fitness. There's no reason you should be able to do it. You have to adjust what you're eating, adjust what you're doing. So that's one place I'm not gonna, in a sense, that I'm gonna accept and say, well, I can't change that. Yes, you can. Well, you can. You don't have to. It's just that it's something that I have to vet you on. Just like he gonna vet me on if I come and say, Joe mentioned about people making money. He mentioned that someone making 80, someone making 40. A lot of times women, don't want anybody making less money than they make. If they want 80, they want somebody to make 80 up there with them. So I want you to kind of think about the vetting process to the point that you want to have a long-term relationship. Let's not get caught up so much in some things that you don't need to get to till you go through the first, looking at the background, seeing how that person will work with you, looking to see how you can be successful. See if that's the right person for you. See, get clear about where you are and where you want to start. You want to always start in a great place. And you do that by vetting the people you're spending your time. The next thing is many couples suffer because they never talk about the rules of how they want to relate. They have all kind of assumptions. People can make assumptions now. We always have a term, something to go along with that. Assumption, everybody got it. Assumptions like, because everybody got an ASS, and that's how it goes, about what they think their partner should be doing. That's just like meeting someone and you're happy with what you're doing. You're making comfortably what you're comfortable, but they're gonna say, well, to get with me, I can change because I can set up this and I can set up that. See, why you assume that person wants to do that? Understand, they choose to do what they want to do. You choose to do what you want to do. If you want somebody that you want up there where you are, you have to go get that person. But that person may not be the person. But don't be an average person and call yourself going to get that person at that level, and you may be making 80 and you want somebody that's making $1 million. That don't just work, because now they got to, accept you as a lesser person than them. So we have to be careful about when we get to doing things, selecting the right person. Make it important. Make it what you want to do. Have conversations about what you're looking for. It's so critical that you do that. The next thing is be upfront. Be upfront with your potential partner about what's important to you. Make sure when you're upfront with, let them know. Now, if that person respect what you're sharing with them, they gonna make it important too. But if they gonna say I'm gonna work on it and then don't do anything, I'm letting you know that what you're talking about is not important. Not important. The, as we move forward, the fifth thing we're talking about is modeling open communication. Helps you attract the right mate. If you come out proactive and you tell a potential partner about the kind of person you are looking for, but do it in a very sober way. Don't be boasting, don't be bragging, because that comes off to other people that you just talking a good game and not able to do it. You're talking the talk, but you're not able to do the walk the walk. So you have to make sure you keep model open communication. Talk openly with your partner. The kind of relationship you're looking for. Take time to share things. Good, bad, and different. You have to put the right foot forward so you can build a relationship to be a successful one. And lastly, we have to keep in mind, think about principles that you like your relationship to be based on. See, there are plenty of people, both men and women, who really value a relationship and want to talk about it right from the beginning. Many people. See, if you're at that point that you're looking for a long-term, committed, intimate relationship, it's important that you reflect on the principle that you would like the relationship to be based on. Weed out partners who aren't a good fit right from the start. Like I said, you do the vetting. You weed them out. Tell them you don't think it's going to work. If they're not a good fit for you, why are you trying to press the issue? Oh, I can change their mind. No, people change their mind when they want to change their mind. This is WVSW Radio, the internet station. We're excited to come in before you today. We're number one. We're excited to have listeners and watchers in 45 countries and on 6 continents. And we are interactive. We want you to be a part. We're going to thank Joe for calling in. Joe called in like many others, but Joe actually put his hand up and he wants to talk. And I appreciate him sharing his thoughts like he did today. And that just promotes our show and get us to move forward. We'd like to have, you would want to have the right fit. You want to have a good fit. And you need to have it from the beginning. Just because they made you tingle, just because they made you lust for them, don't mean they are the right fit. And when it comes to your dating tips that you need to really, really work on as a woman or a man, have an upfront conversation with a potential mate about the kind of relationship you're looking for, and that's critical. That is critical. See, if you do that, what that actually do is weed out people who aren't interested in building the kind of relationship you have. You'll weed out the people who just want to hook up. You'll weed out the people who just want to have a casual relationship. You'll weed out those people that want to have open relationship. You'll weed out those people because now you're being intentional. You'll be in their front, let them know this is the outcome I want to have. If we're not meeting there, we need to move on. You need to go where you need to go, and I need to go where I need to go. We'll give a shout out to our next sponsor, TriStat LLC, Mr. William Scott. Thank you so much, Mr. Scott, for supporting what we're doing. William, you can find him on Facebook. Just type in William Scott. It'll populate his information, DM William. TriStat LLC, the consulting firm that meets your need. The consulting firm that meets your need. He can offer you research and he'll share it in the advertisement. And we'll give the number to connect with him directly on his cell.
Specialized in management consulting services. TriStat LLC meets your consulting needs in the engineering, accounting, research, and management service sector. Contact Mr. William Scott at 334-538 or 334-526-0228.
Mr. William Scott said that's how they roll. TriStat LLC, consulting firm that meets your need. You can give them a call. As I stated earlier, go to Facebook, type in William Scott, but give them a call at 334-320-5438. That's Mr. William Scott, TriStat LLC. As we get ready to close out the program, we need to discuss why the vetting process in a relationship does not work. Sometimes it just don't work. But the reason why it don't work, we're going to give you some reasons why it don't work. See, a vetting process in a relationship may not work if someone presents themselves in a way that does not match. Listen to me. Does not match their needs and their wants for a relationship. It don't work if they don't. If you presenting yourself, this is what you want. You present yourself, you want to have an intentional relationship, but you're showing that you don't want to have an intentional relationship by your action. See, or you present yourself if you want affection, you want to be connected, but you truly don't want to be connected, or you want to be affection. See, you got to be upfront early. And even if you're upfront early, make the decision. Don't just go into the relationship because it benefits you, get you in a better situation, and then you're not able to give those things that you put out at the beginning that you can give. Someone want a lot of affection and a connection. See, they may be better off being upfront about that early with their potential partner. They're going to tell you from the beginning. That's why I said be intentional about your relationship. Don't spend time trying to enjoy the excitement of and the lust of being in a relationship, the tingle of a relationship, and don't be upfront what you expect and what you're looking for. Because what you're doing, you're really wasting time. But besides that, you're not going to be able to recognize what we call the red flags. See, if you don't vet a potential partner or a mate, you might not be able to identify red flags or other issues that can cause problems in your relationship. For example, disrespect. No one should tolerate disrespect. See, if your partner does respect you or doesn't respect you, you might feel insecure, resentful, and angry. That does nothing for your relationship. See, the person is inconsiderate. And if they continue to do that, that behavior is going to grow. It's going to be emboldened on you. And you're going to have to get them in check. If you can't get them in check, you need to let them go. Get them in check is just leaving and moving on. Not being the right person. They truly know they're not the right person. Because you didn't vet that partner or mate, you might not be able to tell if they're the right person if you don't vet them. Vetting a potential mate involves carefully investigating them to make sure they are a good fit. Because when you don't vet them, your partner correctly, then after the relationship fails, but becomes a victim. First thing you said, don't blame, I always say, don't blame the product, which is your partner, for your choices. Because you didn't make the right choice, don't blame the partner. Don't become the victim. Make sure you don't accept disrespect. Make sure when the red flags are identified or other issue, you address them, leave before they become worse. Make sure you don't let people disrespect you. Just make sure you come to the term that this person is just not the right person. They're not the right person. This will help you to vet, help you to find the right person. And some reason why you might continue to choose the wrong person or the poor person or the person that are not good, why people choose poor partners. One thing is unresolved childhood trauma. The next thing, low self-esteem. The worst time you can try to get in a relationship when you got low self-esteem or when you have traumas. Even from your childhood, seek the support to help you to be successful. Low self-esteem really means that you're almost an emotional wreck and you're not well. You need to seek the help. The fear of being alone. That's why people don't want to fall in love, because they don't want to be left. Don't want nobody to leave them. Or they get into a relationship with somebody because they don't want to be alone. The fear of being alone. You have different interests, beliefs, and values. We said that from the beginning. See, people may choose mates with different interests, beliefs, and values than themselves. That's a poor partner. Idealized version of a partner. See, you got an ideal how the partner should be. You have a version of what they should be. Or your relationship. Being drawn to less attainable people. Have you ever been drawn to a less attainable person? Meaning you being drawn to someone that you know that just not gonna fit. But you keep trying to put yourself in their sight and they still don't see you. People that realize you want to have this kind of relationship, you want to have a person of that wherever they are in life, but your problem is that they don't see you. You can't attain them. Why are you trying to continue to attain? We got to realize in life we fit in certain categories. Average people with average people. I know you've been told different that you can reach for the sky, but they always tell you reach for the sky, but you may fall and not, and you'll fall in the middle, but you'll always be looking up. You're drawn to people you cannot attain. But you still keep pushing. You're drawn to individuals who are less attainable and don't meet your emotional needs. See, that's the key to it. Emotional needs. Dr. Tam, thank you so much for joining us, being here. I really appreciate you taking time and thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good day today. As we move forth to closing this out, you vet poorly, then blame the potential mate or potential partner. How's your vetting process? Are you trying to attain someone that really don't want you. Some people let me put myself where they are, and they may see me. They don't see you. It's okay. It's okay. I want you to keep that in mind. Put a great vetting system together. Base it on what you want and what you need. Because you do want something, but do it fit our needs? Do a background check. Check on them. See if they fit to be in a relationship, but make sure you are fit to be in a relationship. Don't accept disrespect. Don't accept someone who really, really don't want to be with you. Don't accept somebody who's not the right person. Don't let nobody else encourage you to be with that person. They're not the right person for you. Read that to make sure you get the right person in your life. We make choices in our life, and we should learn from those choices. Did we vet that person? We chose to even go to the point of being a long-lasting, committed relationship, but we're no longer there. Did we vet that person? Did we understand that we needed to vet that person? What is your process? Some people say they have 500 questions to vet someone. But I always tell people, you got what we call a supercomputer here. You can vet them and get a background check on them. You got to know what you're going into today. It's not a hit and miss situation. You're going to miss more than you hit. So make sure your vetting process is in place. I am Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith. This is WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station. We have listeners and watchers in 45 countries and on 6 continents. So I'm so excited that you're joining us. We are using these 7 devices, and we're broadcasting all over social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Big O Live, TikTok, Facebook. We're on YouTube television. Then we come out and we broadcast Tango Live. We're doing many things that God has blessed us to be able to do. I thank you for your support. Thank you for being here with me. This is WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station. I am Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, and this is the Dr. Lowe Show, the real relationship talk show with no filter. We want to let you know we love you from our heart. It's coming from our heart. Give a shout out to Manuel. Give a shout out to Teal. Give a shout out to Feline. Give a shout out to Sadie. Give a shout out to Dr. Tam. Thank you for joining us. Give a shout out. I want to stroll down and give individuals a shout out. Thank you so much, Dr. Tam, for the likes. Thank you so much. Determined 2014. So much a shout out. Thank you for being here, my brother. Thank you so much. We also want to give a shout out to Khalid Yvonne. Thank you so much. Scoops, Rough and Body Works. Thank you so much. Bobby, thank you so much for taking time to be here. Mary, Eagle on the produce. Anita, TV Terry. Thank you, TV. Thank you so much. Nerd Production. Austin, Z Marie, Cedric. Thank you so much. Marvelous 139. Sis Alcidi. Thank you. User Miss Cola. Thank you. Tank Girl 46. Thank you. Redskins TWL RME. Thank you so much. We got Fred, Michelle. Thank you. Jesse James. We have November. That's what it is. Thank you so much. My Season, 1964. Mark, Power Boss Chick. That's who that is. Aletha Vaughn, thank you so much. Star Potts, thank you so much. Ryan, Mrs. Bounce Back. Betty, thank you so much. This Kobar, thank you so much. Investor, Tall Guy, Tycoon, thank you so much for joining us. Kevin, thank you. There's many others. I think I called most of them. Thank you so much. I'm going to give a shout out to Joe out of the Midwest. He joined us live and shared some thoughts. It's been awesome coming for you tonight. I want to let you know I love you. We'll be coming back on tomorrow. We have a show scheduled at 5 o'clock tomorrow, which is I'm really excited about that. That's just keeping up with today's trend. Just spending time to talk about what we need to know. That's the title of the show. You need to know. And we're going to talk about some relationship topics and issues. Truly is a blessing to come before you. Hashtag, I want to say to you, it's important to say, hashtag responsible. Hashtag keep on grinding. Hashtag communicate to understand. Hashtag make it do what it do. Hashtag we got this. Hashtag what is so important. I always tell everybody, one life matters. Your life matters just like my life matters. So we are hashtagging that and making sure that you understand we're here to support you. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this. This is truly a blessing. Today's title is the vetting process. How do you choose the right person for a relationship? Have you been successful? If not, it's going to be coming because you need to work on your vetting process. Once you vet and you can come to some agreement with someone, you can have a relationship. That's what it's all about. As we get ready to close out, we want to give a shout out to our last sponsor. These are the brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma chapter of Greenville, Alabama. We want to say to them, keep doing what you're doing. They are the most progressive chapter in Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And I say they're progressive because they partner with WVSW Radio, the number one internet station, to get the word out. The Sigma word is coming through this radio station. Thank you so much. Any other D9 have the same right to come and be a part of it. We have many D9 individuals that call in, but we have a team of individuals as volunteers who are sponsoring. People are co-hosts. They're a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity. They're a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. They're a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. They're a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. They're a member of Sigma Gamma Rho. We have callers from Omega Psi Phi. We have representatives from Alpha Phi Alpha. We have representatives that also come from Kappa Alpha Psi. And we will give a shout out to the brothers of Iota. Thank you so much for supporting what we're doing. We're going to have an awesome rest of the evening. We ask you to be blessed and be safe. But as we close out, these are the brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
Or you can go to Instagram and that's Sanctify Sigma Greenville number 10. Well, tweet them, brothers, that's Sanctify Sigma underscore 10. Brothers or Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity, I'm proud of you. They can do what it do.
We want to thank you for joining us tonight. But as we get ready to close out, when this song go off, or the next song we don't own the rights to it, but I want you to know who you with. Who you with? Let me know who you with. We want you to be with WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station. And we're glad to come before you. Who you with? Who you with? Who you with? Have an awesome rest of the night. I want to let you know that I truly love you from my heart. And I want to say it where you definitely hear it. I love you, and ain't a thing you can do about it. Be blessed, be safe. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. You need to know, and we're going to share it with you. I appreciate you. You with me tonight. We broadcasted, so I hope I'm the one because I love you. I hope you love me. Have a great rest of the evening. Have a blessed one. Peace out.